After more than 10 years of using AMD GPU, I have an NVIDIA GeForce RTX 5080 right here that we are going to be unboxing for this video, and then probably going to be doing more in-depth reviews later on for probably next videos and stuff, solely for gaming. I understand I do have an RTX 4060, but that is mainly for my Unraid server, solely for encoding on my OBS Studio. This time though, this RTX 5080, we're going to try it out for gaming, but not only gaming actually. I'm going to be running OBS Studio as well and see how much of an impact, a difference between my AMD 6900 XT compared to this one when I run OBS Studio and all that. But enough talking, let's open this up. By the way, I got the PNY GeForce RTX 5080. You might be asking why PNY? It's basically the highest discount on Micro Center right now actually yet. This is probably the closest to the MSRP of the Founders Edition, which is $9,999. This one is $1,199. So this one actually is pretty, well, not really the best deal, but I think one of the highest discount right now. So let's open it up. And to be honest with you, especially RTX and so all that, I don't think there is really much of a difference between the more expensive cards, unless you're going for 5090, obviously. But all 5080s, in my opinion, especially you're gonna see a lot of reviews before already, that there's not much of a difference unless you are an avid overclocker, which I'm not. I mean, do I need to overclock for Dota 2? Anyways, I digress. Okay, so we got the NVIDIA graphics card quick install guide. I was gonna say installation guide, but it does say quick install guide. Okay, so they got US, Europe, Asia, and then a website for the PNY. Wow, this is huge. So I like the fact that the text on the quick install guide is not that tiny, the fonts. So it's readable, at least, you know, for normal people and all that. Yeah, so they got the drawings or images and the instructions here. So that's pretty good. I don't know how to put this back. Okay, so after that, we have the actual GPU right here. Oh, that's freaking heavy. God, wow, this is crazy. Yeah, I mean, my 6900 XT is also big, but I think this is a lot bigger and this is pretty heavy. I think this is a 2-slot, so thank God, because I think one of the ASUS's 5080 or maybe 5090, which is like a triple slot because of that massive fan and all that. Anyways, I digress. Before we open that, let's get the accessories right here. Okay, that not much here, just one box for the accessory and the GPU. Okay, so let's open the black box for accessories. So we have the 3-prong fork or something with 3-prong 8-pin connectors, and then the other side is it's a 12-pin connector, so they're all merged into one. That's pretty much standard now for the NVIDIA cards and stuff. Hopefully this doesn't catch fire. Okay, so this is much appreciated that PNY actually included a GPU stand bracket or something. Yep, it's a GPU stand bracket. Is that the correct term? Anyways, I digress. Yeah, so we have the GPU bracket and the 3 8-pins to 12-pin connector right there. Then let's open this bad boy up. All right, you know what? There you go. It's quite heavy, to be honest with you. I wonder if I can use this scale. Hopefully it still gives me an accurate reading. It's at 154.4 grams. Whew, this is massive. So if you're planning on buying one, you better make sure your case is big enough to put this inside. We're gonna try to measure this just for, you know, perspective and stuff. So lengthwise, 13 inches and some change. Okay, so the depth is almost 5 inches, 4.9 something inches. The width would be 6 centimeters, so it's about almost 2.5 inches. So this is a pretty massive GPU. This is a pretty massive card. Well, actually, you know what's funny is the card actually, if you can see, is only half of it. And then the rest is actually the heat sink and the fans. So the card is only from here to here, only half of it. And everything is just the freaking fan and all that. And this is triple fan. I wish it's kind of like the Sapphire where you can easily just take it off. But you know, I've never had issues with the fans of, especially with Sapphire Nitro. So hopefully this one won't be a problem, PNY and all that. But time to peel it off. Okay, how do we peel this properly? Because I already messed up the sticker. Why are they making this so hard to peel? Here we go. This is the RGB version. funny thing is, on Micro Center, the non-RGB version, which supposedly is cheaper MSRP, only had smaller discount. So this ended up cheaper than the non-RGB. It's kind of funny. I don't know why. But anyways, let's peel the top part, the metal plate right here. Oh, I must say I like the texture here and the build on the back plate, or the metal plate right here. It looks nice to me, in my opinion. I like it. Not too fancy, but still looks aesthetically pleasing and all that. Pretty nice. I like it. This will be on the motherboard side, so you won't be able to see it. This is what you're going to be seeing. I'll put it on the overhead camera. GeForce RTX with the PNY logo right here with the lighting and all that. The other lighting would be here at the bottom. There are 4 strips of lighting and maybe some here on the sides of the fan grills or fan bracket and all that. On the ports, let's talk about the ports. We got 4 ports, that's pretty much standard, but I am seeing 3 display ports and 1 HDMI. Yep, this is an HDMI port on the side. Then these are all 3 display ports. We're not going to talk much about the entire specs of this one because, you know, the RTX 5080 has already been launched, I don't know how many months ago. So pretty much everyone knows already and it's all over the internet. But I just wanted to unbox this, especially on this video. We're going to replace the 6900 XT and compare probably, at least hopefully there's a difference between the encoding, especially using OBS while playing. So, you know, I can stream as well as send the OBS recording for more reviews, especially on games and all that later on with this, hopefully the AV1. Oh yeah, so that's actually the #1 reason why I got the NVidia RTX, because of the AV1 encoding, same as the Unraid, but now I need it for my gaming computer so I can actually test, you know, especially games properly without dropping FPS, hopefully. So I'll see you on the my workstation. All right, so I got both the GPUs right here. Just a quick comparison. Surprisingly, they're almost identical, especially with size, width, maybe with the 5080 slightly longer, probably like half an inch or something. Just the heat sink and all that, to be honest. The other difference, if you can see on the overhead camera, is that the 5080, the card is, again, is only half, right? It's up until here, and the 6900 is all up to here. So that is the PCB card difference. So which is kind of very interesting because the 5080 is actually shorter, at least the PCB of it, right? The heat sinks, they're pretty much identical. With this, probably just the casing, actually, just the plastic casing, a little bit longer in the back plate, obviously. By the way, the width of the Radeon is about almost 2.5 inches. This is slightly, very, very slightly a bit thicker, about around 2.5 inches. This one almost 2.5, probably like 2.4, the 6900 XT, while the 5080, at least the PNY, is 2.5 inches. So yeah, I was actually very surprised that they're very, very identical in terms of dimension. So if any one of you already had 6900 XT before, especially the Nitro card, then the 5080 would most likely fit in your case. All right, let's install this and put this on the computer and play some basic games. So I have just installed the RTX 5080 drivers, as you can see right here. And if you notice, basically, I'm running the OBS studio right now, but I'm not doing the NDI. So I'm not sending this stream to my Unraid server at the moment because, you know, this is pretty much like a quick setup just to test the RTX card with OBS. And one of the reasons why I actually wanted to try out the RTX card this time is because of the NVIDIA broadcast. As you can see right now, you can see it from on the webcam and all, that it's pretty easy to just remove the background and all that. I tried it. I understand OBS, you can do that, but there was a lot of, there was a lot of tweaking that you have to do, and gotta make sure here and there, gotta put a green screen on my back and all that. With this one, you just click, it's just one button click and the AI, tries to remove the background and all that. Just to give you an example, I can set up a blur and you can see I'm in my living room. I don't have any green screen behind me. Okay, so just click on that and it automatically figures out that this is my face, this is my body and all that, and background behind. So that's one of the actual reasons for this. Not really for gaming and all that, but I wanted to review how good this is. And so far it's pretty good. I gotta be honest, just one click and that sets everything apart. Also, if you go to audio, there's also the noise removal. I know Discord has this crisp, but I've been having problems with it. I always turn it off because there's a lot of problems with the audio cutting off, especially on the at the end. So this one so far is pretty good. I think I've been testing it out a few hours actually before I recorded this. There's also room echo removal. NVIDIA broadcast, I think it's pretty good so far. It's pretty easy and convenient to just set it on OBS. Just to show you, like, here are my settings on the OBS. Video is at 4K output. Obviously, we're not doing streaming right now, we're just recording. So again, the number one reason is the video encoder, NVIDIA NVENC AV1. I wanted to use that for, especially for game reviews in the future and stuff. And then the NVIDIA broadcast is number two, basically. All right, so you can see everything here. I set it up at P1 right now because when I was doing a few games earlier, I couldn't really see any difference in quality. But when I put it to like P5, 6, 7, it's getting some what do you call this? Some lagginess on during recording. The game was pretty smooth with frame generation and all that, but the recording was not that good. So especially we're just using the GPU right now, not sending it to the Unraid server. But we will be doing that with the NDI plugin later on, but that's for next video. But right now, let's I guess just wanted to show you what it is. So I got the OBS Studio here, and the good thing about it is you can actually or NVIDIA already has a lot of data on their I guess in their data center or whatever, that you can just like hit optimize here and it will try to figure out the best settings for you. Obviously you can change it to your liking, but right now this is pretty much a quick setup for me. We are gonna try out the GPU right now and recording with these games right here. We're gonna start with Dota and then Cyberpunk. We're gonna try to see how much we can get and how much performance hit we can using OBS on the same computer and all that. As we're gonna try Witcher 3 and Red Dead. All right, so I'll see you in a bit. All right, I almost forgot. Before we're gonna start playing games, I wanted to point this out. When we go to systems and you will see G-Sync here, it's turned on, right? What I noticed earlier when I started this actually, especially for people who has OLED monitors, it's been a few years already that VRR, variable refresh rate, has some issues like flickering issues with, especially with G-Sync. So that was a problem and I'm surprised it still is a problem right now. But what I guess what I noticed is that when I turned this on, at first it was flickering a lot. Actually, both monitors. This main monitor, which is my OLED screen, the Dell Alienware, and this 27-inch Dell monitor on my right side, right? So when I turned the G-Sync on the Dell only, then both screens were like flickering. I'm gonna turn both on and it stopped. It's really weird. But when I turned the third monitor on, all the monitors were black and it was stuck in a very slow flickering type of loop that I had to disconnect one of the monitors and plug this back and restart. Right now it's working. I don't know why. You have to turn on this monitor and this. At least the G-Sync, you need to enable the G-Sync. If you want G-Sync and on the main monitor, you have to turn on the right one. I have no idea why, but that's working right now, so we're gonna keep it that way. All right, let's start some gaming. Okay, Cyberpunk. Time for Cyberpunk. Here we go. Optimize. Recommended is not the highest quality. Obviously, this is a very heavy game. Ray tracing. That one is for sure, I know, because this came out after the ray tracing cards. Let's see. Go. Settings. Graphics. So this is what NVIDIA recommended. DLS Future Transformation Model. Yeah, this is the new one. Let me remove that for now. I can't read. Okay, yep. This is the new one. This is the new one. Set it to performance. Times 4, DLSS frame gen times 4. Everything should be no path tracing. I think this is very taxing. Yep. Enterprise on. Let's go.
Hey everyone, welcome to Info Flash.
So, turn on the FPS counter. That's crazy. I shouldn't be 400. See how until. Wow, this is way more optimized. FPS at 224, and that's times 4 frame gen. So I would say divided by 4. It's around 60? No, it's less. Probably like 50. I would say around 55 to 60. But if it's 2x only, just double the frames. Should go down. Yep. So double the frames is around 120. So this one, it doesn't feel laggy. Actually, at least, you know, response time and stuff, latency. This is not really a competitive game. Put it at 4. So again, these are fake frames, just so you know. But it does make the game look nicer, I would say, smoother. Even though there is a little bit of latency in it. The bigger reviews and stuff already talks about it. It's doing a fake frame, and not really, especially with the price point and stuff. Not bad. Yeah, this does have really nice ray tracing and stuff. Let's turn off ray tracing for now. And how? So the good thing about, yeah, I mean, it's crazy that even with ray tracing off, it still looks nice. No, ray tracing is off. Yeah. Well, wow. I saw some shimmering. See that? It's around here. This one shimmering. Not that bad without ray tracing, so I can barely even notice. Yeah, this looks a little more realistic, but this is very subtle. You're not gonna notice it right away, especially when you're actually focused on the game and not like sightseeing. No? My car. Right here. Is that my car?
You can burn and die on your own time, not on mine. Where you go, you still have work to do in the GIA.
Time for Witcher 3. Hit optimize, see what NVIDIA recommends here, and then let's run to display borderless window 2064K, ray tracing on, performance, DLS quality, blur, and NVIDIA Hairworks is off, so we're gonna check that out. Let's go somewhere, yeah, maybe here. I don't want too many distractions for now. I want to see the difference. Okay, FPS at 122. This is how it works off. Ray tracing on. This is how it looks like with the ray tracing on. This is a Witcher 3. It's almost like 10 years old of a game. Ray tracing off. Still looks good, but it's definitely not as natural. Do you need it though? Not really, but yeah, at this point, if you're spending this much, I guess it's a nice to have. Not necessary, but it's a nice to have. That's with ray tracing on. Turn it off. Very subtle. I mean, it gets darker. Yeah, the darker scenes gets darker. That one is for sure. And on, yeah. See, everything here is very visible. I guess it's good when you want to play, especially with competitive games. But so FPS is 125 to 130. Real FPS, I guess I would say around 60 to 65. Everything just like balanced out, lighting, color. Yeah, no, not good. Definitely not good right here. Okay, hold on. Was there a difference? No, I thought there was a difference. Yeah, that's pretty subtle right here. Okay, on. Yep. Yeah, definitely. This is more vibrant and with the light tracing and stuff. Okay. Last thing. NVIDIA Hairworks, put it at on high. Let's see how the FPS tanks. Not really. I guess I'm assuming if you go to a very crowded place, then it's gonna tank and stuff. Also, I'm recording, so it's also going to be taxing my GPU as well. Okay, how about this one with the counter? I Can barely see it here because of the ray tracing on or off. Yeah, big difference. I can see it. So that means it's not realistic. We do this, yeah, it's just getting light from surrounding and stuff. Okay, 110 and not so crowded places. So that means real FPS in 4K is around 55 to 60.
You a
Could have been
refugee
better.
from
All right. That's it. Okay, so what do I think of the 5080? Is it good? Definitely, yes. I think it's better than my 6900. Also 6900 is like couple of generations back. The 6900 XT is actually really good for me for 4K gaming and stuff. It's just that the ray tracing there is not the best. I think it's comparable to like the 2080. They're like the first gen ray tracing. The other thing is it's not really optimized for OBS Studio and other streaming. Unfortunately, if you want to play solo games, that's pretty good. 5080, yes. NVIDIA is pretty much like optimized for like OBS streaming and stuff, which is what I generally will need at this point, right? Now, is it worth $1,200? I got it on sale, by the way, at $11.99 at Micro Center. At the time of recording. Is it worth that price? Definitely not. I don't think you need it unless, again, especially for my use case, I needed the NVIDIA broadcast. It makes everything easier for me to record. I don't need a green screen and stuff. Well, I'm talking about this one, right? Video effects and stuff. I don't need a green screen, which is good. Audio also removes background noise, echo removal, and then as far as speaker, let's say you're gonna have you're having a conference or whatever on Zoom or something, the other person speaks with a background noise, it can also remove that as well as the echo removal in there. So this one is definitely important to me in my use case. As far as games, I mean, I only play Dota 90% of the time. I play these games right here mostly for like benchmarking and stuff and review. But I think it's good, it's just the price is not the best. That I would say. Next video, we're gonna try to go more in depth, and I have my OBS studio right here, and this is currently recording right now in the same computer with the same card. I wanted to test out the NVIDIA AV1 on this, but next video we're gonna try out sending it to the Unraid server and see what the difference is. All right, that's it for now for this one. I think it looks good. RTX 5080 definitely is worth if you need to do streaming and stuff and broadcasting. That's more important to me than the rasterization. Ray tracing, it's nice to have, but you don't really need it. It's very subtle. When you're playing, you don't even notice it. Again, we're gonna do on next or future videos, we're gonna send it to the Unraid server with the NDI plugin, and we're gonna compare both. I'll see you there.